Now let's make the baseball go from the top to the bottom. And then let's also make it so every time it reaches the bottom, it disappears and appears back up again at a random place at the top. So we have to start this by clicking the red flag, and then we'll do so it appears at a random X position. So let's choose a go to X, and then operators to choose pick a random number. So for this, we'll put -20 and +220. That is because the map goes, as I said before, around -220 on the to the left on the x-axis and around +220 on the right. So let's put that here, and then for the y-axis we'll pick, I think this point is a good point, so 150. We'll leave it like that. So if we click here, one click, see it appears at a random place. Now let's make it move, go all the way to the bottom. So for that we have to change the y-axis. So here we'll change it in a negative number, right? So we wanted to change appear at a random place once and then constantly be going down until it reaches a baseball player. Let's use an if statement for this. So if the y-axis is greater than motion, we pick y-axis is greater than, let's say 50, no, 150. Negative 130. As long as it's greater than -130, the ball will keep going down. Let's start this. Starts at a random place, change by -10, but only goes through this once. So let's make it so it goes on forever. Let's see if this works. Oh. So it's not an if statement, that is my bad, it's a repeat until. Here it is. So we're going to use the same operator and the same motion. We're just going to get rid of this out of here. So it's picking this over and over again. I think it's because we used the wrong operator. So instead, let's say as long, repeat until the y-axis is less than 130. That means as long as it's above -130, it's going to keep going down. There we go. So that's what we wanted. All right. So what's next? Let's make it so the ball adds to the score whenever the baseball player hits it, right? So for that, we have to go onto variables and create a variable called score. For score. See, it's up here. Now let's have an if statement. So if, here it is, put it here, and then sensing. If the baseball is touching the batter, we'll change score. You'll see here, change score. Make sure to choose the right variable score by 1. And let's also set the score to 0 at the beginning of the game. There we go. Now let's start the game. I'll see. That's 2, 8. Oh, it's not supposed to add more than 1, so let's fix that. Whenever it touches the baseball player, also let's make it so the ball hides That way, it won't be adding more than 1 point. So we go into looks, all the way to the bottom, hide here. There, it's only adding 1. Now, if you had the ball at the end, you also need to show it at the beginning. So let's put a show here. And restart the game. There. There we go. 1, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points, 6 points. And that's the gist of it. Now let's add something else, a way for you to lose the game. So let's add an apple, right? We'll put an apple. We'll put it around the same position, the same height as this. The mechanic for the apple is going to work is so when it drops and if the batter hits the apple is going to create a game over, right? So the point is to avoid the apple as it goes down and only hit the baseball. So let's make it a little bit smaller. All right, we'll put it around here. And the code is going to look a lot similar to the baseball. Here's the green flag. Forever loop. Show go to X random. Same from negative 220 to positive 220 on the y-axis. And let's start at the same 150 for the y. So it starts at the same level as the baseball. Right? Then we repeat until it reaches negative 130 for the y position. Control. Repeat until it's less than 130 for the specified what? The y-axis. There we go. Now we still need to add the change y by negative 10. All right. See, it also goes to the bottom. Both of them go on its own random position. But I do wonder why. There we go. So it only adds a score when you touch the baseball, but not the apple. So what we have to do is add another if statement. That means if touching the apple, something's going to happen. So game over. All right, so if statement touching it's touching the batter is going to stop all. This means that the entire program is going to stop if it touches. So basically a game over of sorts. So let's go ahead and try this. Boop, the game stopped. So let's just start it again. So avoid the apple, but hit the ball. There it is, 1 point, 2 points, 3 points. Wait. Now, if the apple hits me, boom, the game stops. And that's pretty much a complete game. but we're going to go on in the next video on how to add a game over screen as well as a restart button and add custom changes to the batter.